get started, let's think about good things, pleasant things. What makes you smile until your cheeks hurt? What makes you laugh until you go over? What makes you feel real good? Think about it. Think about it. And let's think about that. All right. All right, so it's tea time. I want to go ahead and come to you before I kind of got busy with other things, and so this should be the last tea time of the calendar year. However, maybe not. And so we'll talk about manifestations for 2024 another time. Today I want to talk to you about your wholeness, practicing your wholeness. Because on this journey, there's a lot of single people on this, that's watching, that's involved in this celibacy and semen retention journey. And we as single people, when it comes to practicing our wholeness, this is a perfect time. When we go into relationships, the more whole we are as people, the better. And I had someone ask me, what exactly does that mean? And so wholeness can have a different meaning for different people depending on your experience, your knowledge base. However, for me, wholeness is being as aligned as you can be according to your level of life. And so alignment with every area of our lives. So that's not lacking or being excessive in any area, but having a balance. And so we have to ask ourselves, are we aligned? And then we try to get in line. And then we practice being in that space, in that area. So let me break it down some more. All right. And so this makes me have to go back to our energy centers, because this is how we can, know how balanced we are in different areas. All right. And so, are you balanced in your groundedness? Do you have your security in order? Are you, safe? You have your basic needs intact and the balance in that area. All right. And so, yeah, that's where you can decide. What was that? That's where you can decide your balance in that area. Now, when we are lacking in that area, of course, we still need to get those things that are those basic things that we need. And if it's an excessive amount, if we are out of balance in the other direction, we may have, an excessive amount of things. And the thing that came to mind is hoarding. So I'm not, that may not be what the thought is in that area. However, the balance is we have enough, and so, and that's questionable, because we are living in abundance and we want to be abundant, and so abundance is abundance, and so yeah, we can. That's a discussion that we can have. All right, but are you financially doing all right? Are you have your basic needs tended to? Are you going forward and toward the things that you need for that area to be balanced? All right. All right, and so the next area that we focus on is our creativity. Now, this is our energy center that creates life. It creates everything that we want to see, come into our existence. And so I think this is a really subjective area, because it's about your creativity. And sometimes we are creative. Well, we are creative, but our creativity sometimes is not shared with others. And so, are you using your creativity? I think that shows the balance when it comes to bringing life forward. You either are, you're not. A lot goes into that. We talk about this journey because we're waiting on our person, and so I think it involves love and commitment before we bring forth that life. And so, but that's subjective. It depends on your beliefs and what you want. But a balance is using your creativity in various ways, not only in the creation of life, but are you skilled in some kind of area? Are you having fun? Because that's part of this energy center. That's a way to know that you are you're balanced because you are enjoying the things that are going on in life. It's you know using your creativity in different ways and having a good time in that. All right, and so yeah, having fun, and you can do that without sex, of course. That's something I talk about. So there's so much for us to create and do and use our creativity with. And so it can be art, it could be a hobby, you could build buildings, you could be any career, you could, it just, whatever the mind can create is what you can do. You can go into sports and other activities and any artistic endeavors as well. And so balanced in that area is using that creativity in some kind of way. All right, and so then the next area is that solar plexus area where we are trying to figure out our self love, our self esteem, how we feel about ourselves. And I just did a couple videos on that, or I just posted a couple of videos on that. So balance is having a self-worth, loving yourself and feeling good about yourself. When you have a low sense of self balance, if it's in a low area, if it's out of balance on the low side, you might have low self-esteem, low self-worth, may not feel worthy, that kind of thing. And then if it's out of balance on the other side, you may feel feel yourself too much. That's when you think you're better than other people, and then or you're looking down at other people. That's out of balance on the other side. And so that's the way our ego is. And so we should love ourselves. We should feel our self-worth. However, it should be in a balanced state. Yeah. And so we have to ask ourselves, are we balanced in that area? All right. The next state or the next place, next area, next energy center is a heart. That heart center. And so that's where love lies, compassion lies, caring lies. And if we're not balanced in that area, we don't care about people. We are not compassionate about others. It's more of, I don't know, we can kind of be selfish in that sense, or if it's out of balance, I think that can go into another energy center as well. But it's a lack of caring, a lack of compassion, a lack of love. If it's out of balance on the low end, and on the high end, it's extreme jealousy, it's extreme forms of love. It's like obsession and compulsion. And so balance in that area is, just in the middle where, everybody has those feelings of jealousy, a little bit, maybe a little bit obsessive or something like that, but it's not where it's overly excessive. Or on the other side of things as well, where you actually do care about people and it's not a lack of caring and concern, right? Okay, and so that's the heart um, energy center. Next is our throat, and that throat center, that's where we speak up, and you see me projecting as I say this, because we speak up, we speak our minds, we let people know how we feel, and we let people know what things are and what's not. It's voicing our opinions and our beliefs, and it's also listening. And this is the part I think is overlooked in this area, because listening is a part of this area. On the low end, we don't speak up for ourselves. We don't listen to others. On the high end, we talk too much, or we don't closed-minded about other people. We don't listen to others. Yeah, that kind of thing. So on the excessive end is maybe you'll be influenced with others. Maybe listening too much to others and not yourself, or that can go into another energy center too. But talking too much, that's the out of balance on the other end. So the balanced areas, you are speaking up, you are listening to others, and that's the balance in that area. All right, and then we get to the third eye area. All right, the third eye, that's our abilities, those God-given abilities that's all within us. They say some we carry on from other lifetimes into this one, and some we gain in our present life. It's different beliefs. And when it comes to that, however, we all have these different things that we're gifted with. And being balanced in that area, in my opinion, is that we are aware of these things about ourselves. We know what it is that we're gifted with. We know, about them, and we are working to improve them and work on them to develop them. The low side of things, we won't, get this awareness about ourselves, and we won't use those abilities. And the excessive end, I think that's when we using our gifts for things that are not good. So this is my own opinion, but I think when it's too out of balance on the other end, we're using those abilities in not good ways. All right, and that's also a very subjective area as well. So it depends on your level of knowing, your level of life and experience, and so yeah, and all of the upper, the higher self energies are this way. All right, and the next area would be the crown area. That's our belief systems. That's our open-mindedness. That's our universal love. I always say that's the way we love the world. And again, it depends on you, and it's very subjective. I think a balance crown is being, or knowing what you believe in, and going with that, but also having an open mind, knowing that we're not just our individual selves, and there's a love that we have, and we can also give to the world, not just us. Out of balance would be that you don't have any kind of belief system. And then out of balance on the excessive end is that you're closed-minded to everyone else's beliefs except yours. All right, and I think love comes into this area in a great deal. Yes, the heart, and also this area, because it's about the universal love. And I think that all falls into it. Again, this is my thoughts, and other people will, have different things to say about it. All right, but we are looking for balance, and just knowing what you believe and being open-minded to people is where that balance lies, I think, in that area. And it can go on, but I'm going to stop there because those are the 7 areas that we know about. Those are the 7 areas that we talk about a lot. And it covers a lot as far as our lives are concerned.